I'm Dawn Montefusco, and this is Write Because It Matters. And today we have Teena Evert. She is a best-selling author, marriage and family therapist, entrepreneur, and love success coach who specializes in helping smart, single women attract their ideal man with confidence and certainty so they can finally have a vibrant relationship that lasts without the fear of another heartbreak or divorce. She recently released her new book, Stop Fighting, Start Loving: 5 Proven Ways to Ignite a Lifetime of Love. Totally speaks to my heart. Hi, Teena.
Hi, thank you. Here's my book right here.
Oh, nice. I love it. We're going to jump right in then, okay?
Hey, great. Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Oh, this is so great. I love your subject, and I was just addicted to your website yesterday. So
Oh, thank you.
I recommend everybody go there, especially smart single women. So tell us about your business and how you became the Love Success Coach.
Sure. Well, my business name is Ignite Love Now, and it's actually a global online business.
Wow.
And my current focus is on helping smart single women to improve their self-esteem and raise their level of deservingness so they can attract their ideal partner. And, this is really, really key for women who struggle in their love life from settling for the wrong man because they fear they might be alone, or maybe they just don't have the knowledge and the skills to cultivate a healthy long-term relationship. And as a marriage and family therapist, I specialized in working with couples, and these were highly distressed couples who were looking to save their marriage. And oftentimes, it was too late because they waited way too long to get the help that they desperately needed. So as a coach, as a love success coach, I work with women before they decide to get into a committed relationship so they can make the best choices for them and really know what they want to be, do, and have in their life and in a lifetime partner. So I like to say that as a love success coach, I help women be honest with themselves. I help them neutralize any tendency to settle for less than what they really want. I provide a lot of reality checks. A really good sounding board. And then once they are in a relationship, I guide them further from my extensive training and experience working with couples, both as a coach and as a therapist.
Wow. You have an array of credentials that are very impressive, I might add.
Thank you. Thank you.
You cover it all. So tell us what inspired you to write your latest book?
I wrote Stop Fighting. Here it is. Start Loving: 5 Proven Ways to Ignite a Lifetime of Love. Actually, during my transition from being a full-time therapist, working with clients face-to-face, one-on-one in my office, to working as a relationship coach in a more virtual platform. And I wanted this book to be a guide, a conscious guide for couples to help them stay connected and happy in their relationship. And honestly, it was my introduction to the world that I had this business that I now call Ignite Love Now.
Was there any personal story that got you interested in writing the book? I mean, was it from the experience, your personal experience, your immediate talents that you noticed when working with people?
It was actually both. So there is a bit of my story in this first book, and in the second book that is still percolating for me, I'm going to go deeper and probably be more vulnerable. But the first time through, it was a combination of my personal story and then what I was really seeing in my office. And I really felt like I could help a lot more people if I helped them before they got into a committed relationship, because as a therapist, couples come to you as their last resort. And sometimes, I couldn't help them save their marriage.
Wow.
So there's a bit of both. But what's interesting is, like probably many of us, I thought, I'll write about my expertise. I'll write about my unique branded system. And, I was still developing that at the time. So it was really kind of a guide. And the book really helped me transition. It really helped me get more in touch with what was true for me. Like, what am I really passionate about? And what do I want to do with my business? And it helped me step into more of my creative side.
Oh, nice. So how has writing the books helped your business?
Well, writing for me is a really creative process, and I like to consider myself as a creative. And so it has allowed me to show up more as my authentic self in my business, for sure. And as a trained therapist, self-disclosure is very limited. It's actually not always advised. So writing allows me to share my story and hope that it will help others who can relate and encourage them to share their story as well. And my book has also really allowed me to have a gift that I can, distribute to people to help get my message out into the world. And it's very vulnerable yet freeing, at the same time. And now that I wrote my first book, I know that I can do it again. And this is a pretty amazing opportunity for an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it hard? Tell us a little bit about your writing process, getting through blocks, best times to write, what was that process like for you?
Yeah, for me, I'm best early in the morning. So what I would do was just pick up my journal and sort of free write. And it was a process of just kind of doing brain dumps, what was on my mind, what was on my heart, and then kind of pulling out of that, kind of systematizing. At the time, I was working on what I call my unique branded system. So I was looking at, what do I do with all of my clients? What's my system? And that kind of helped me have a framework, because that was how I framed my book, actually. But then I got to sprinkle in a bunch of my personal story and then also case studies from my clients. So
wow.
it was that's really what got me started. I think because that was my intention of the book. And, it didn't really turn out that way.
It never does.
But that was how I could say, I can do this. And I actually look back at a lot of my blog posts during the year, and I pulled from there, what was the theme? What did I keep talking about?
Wow.
I keep talking about to my clients, what did they keep coming to me with? Sort of morph that into a book.
Do you feel it's a little bit, and I mean this sort of, not as foofy as it's going to sound, but do you mean it's sort of law of attraction, like when our clients find us and we sort of figure out the ideal clients that we're working with?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Meaning the law of attraction. Yeah, I mean, the clients that I saw taught me a lot. And, it's interesting because I remember being in my office with really highly distressed couples. And some days I'd be like, why am I doing this? This is not easy work. I got to be all in emotionally with them and really be in their pain and help them find a way out. And so it helped me to look back at my story and my life and think, okay, there's a reason I'm doing this. There's a reason I'm so passionate about this. And so it gave me the opportunity to put some of that in my book. Now, I had to be careful because I thought, oh, my God, my parents could read this, right?
Good.
So, and they did. And so I had to be really careful about what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. And that was a little stifling, but, I have to be respectful. So, that was an interesting part of the process.
Did you ask them for permission beforehand, or did you do it and you were just careful enough that it worked out?
I was just careful enough, yeah. I was a little general, and I wrote it so that they would feel supported and inspired. It wasn't about pointing fingers, but they may have not known how I felt when they got divorced.
Yes,
they may not have known how much of an impact it had on me and the career that I've chosen. So I didn't feel like I had to ask permission. It was a bit of a surprise.
And did they just love it?
I don't know if they loved it. I mean, what's interesting is you asked me a question about how do I market my book, and I haven't been really marketing my book, meaning it's marketed, but I'm not getting out there and saying, have this book. So I didn't exactly say, hey, Mom and Dad, I wrote this book. I'm sending it to you. Please read it. They actually thought it was great, and they went and got it themselves. So
wow.
That's probably part of my story, but they didn't know what to think. Wow, how did you write a book? People are like, how did you write a book?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? That's who I am. If I have an idea, I do it. I don't, I figure out what the obstacles are and I overcome
That's
them. And so,
fantastic.
yeah.
That comes up a lot, actually, of people. I mean, I get that asked. What's my parents gonna think, or if I put these case studies in, how am I gonna do it properly? Who's it gonna affect? And more times than not, the irony is that the people that they were a little nerve-wracked about, as long as they do it with class, are usually actually quite happy for them.
Yeah.
And they think, wow, that's great that you got that deep. So yeah, that's a great inspirational story for those out there that, I mean, you're dealing with a very touchy subject, so, good for you. You seem to have found your niche, and I love that you're so bold. You say, when I get an idea, I'm just going to do it and find the obstacles. And were there obstacles? I mean, other than that, in terms of writer's block, it sounds like you pulled from so much information. You had all the keys that you needed to keep going.
Yeah, I think that I really wanted to have it be good enough. And so my book is self-published. I've invested in a program that taught me a really comprehensive system for how to publish my content and how to distribute it. It was a great, just step-by-step system that I followed, and I learned a ton. So that really helped me stay on track and just say, this is good enough. This is. I know there's going to be more books coming, and getting this first one done was a milestone.
Nice.
So I'm sure I had writer's block along the way, but I didn't let myself be stuck for too long. I had a deadline, and I just did it.
So you say you self-published. Was it a self-imposed deadline because you knew that you were self-publishing and you knew when you wanted to get the book out?
Yeah, it was self-published because I think it was through Kindle that I put the date down. I pre-released it, and people were buying it before it was done.
Oh, neat.
So I pretty much wrote my book in 90 days, I would say.
Excellent.
A lot of work prior to saying, wow, I think I can do this. I have enough content, or I'm ready to tell my story to a degree. But then it was actually, putting it in the format that was for a book.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
So how are you, well, yeah, you talked about marketing your book. How are you marketing your book right now?
So right now, other than being invited to interviews like this and speaking and offering it as a gift, my book is actually available for purchase on thousands of major online and offline stores and retailers, but it's most commonly purchased through Amazon as either a paperback or the Kindle edition in the United States and internationally. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, nice. So you write for Your Tango, and I bet it's really fun to write about, relationships, a very popular subject. Do you ever run out of a topic? Because you are writing all the time about relationships.
Yeah, so the platform Your Tango really is cool because it allows me to hone in and be really specific about topics that I'm passionate about. And I actually never run out of topics because I work closely with an editor who helps me select hot topics. So meaning things that are relevant to what's going on in the media. And so writing for Your Tango really helps me keep my creative juices flowing.
Oh, nice.
It's very collaborative, and it's very fun. So I really enjoy it. And yeah, I think if I was kind of thinking I'm doing it all on my own, I would run out of ideas.
Yeah.
But really working with the team and having an editor and really staying up on hot topics makes it really fun.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Collaboration, I think, is really key for writers. They get so isolated, or when people try a writing project, I mean, it's amazing how they withdraw. And I love that you do the opposite. You say, no, I'm going to have a platform where I'm in collaboration and this is going to be fun, which does keep those juices going. Okay, this is a question, I think it's one of my questions. You're a relationship coach and a licensed marriage counselor. Do you ever prescribe writing as a way for people to get clear on what they want in relationship? So I'm also wondering about the healing properties of writing. I use that when I used to just coach life purpose or career coaching back in the day. It seemed that writing always cropped in as a way for people to really express themselves. And I was just curious.
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I would say yes. I do recommend that all my clients have a journal to write in, and here's one of mine.
Oh, wow. Wait,
And
can you hold that up again? Hold that one more time. Life isn't about finding yourself. It's about, oh, that's a beautiful journal.
yeah. And so this is where writing started for me. So just having a place to write freely about what's on my mind and on my heart, getting it all out without worrying, that someone's going to judge me because no one has to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
So this could be your process, which is rich and deep in and of itself. But then I personally, I extract from my free writing ideas for articles, blog posts, video blogs, or perhaps a book.
Yes. Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so in terms of healing with my clients, I mean, I have them journal and write about all kinds of things depending on where they're at in my program. Because it's like just the creative juice is like letting it flow. Why hold it in, let it move. And it's a beautiful tool. This is totally where writing starts.
Yes, I love it. That's a
Yeah.
good point. Journaling, I've heard that a lot. A lot of books have come out of just journaling first and getting those ideas down. What advice maybe would you have for an entrepreneur who is looking to write a book and publish a book? I mean, if someone came to you and said, Teena, you're the master. You have this global business. You've written books. I'm scared. I don't know if I should write a book. I mean, what would you say to someone about what the benefits are and how to publish and all that good stuff?
I would say that it's totally doable. So if you have a desire to write and publish a book, don't hesitate, because there's lots of great support out there for walking you through the process. So get the support you need and make it happen so that you don't have any regrets. Don't try to do it or go it alone or make it perfect. I have a colleague who's been stuck literally writing his book for 3 years. And I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't understand that. I think that it's so freeing to get your message out, and it's a gift, like to just spread your message, and you can write more than one book. I think if you wait for it to be the perfect time goes by. Time is short. Life is short. So it's totally doable. Get the support you need and have at it. Have fun.
Yeah. I love that you said it took 90 days. One of the themes of this summit has been encouraging people to not pine over the book, to just get the first draft out and then work with an editor and get it done and then move on to the next one. If you feel that there's more, don't feel like you got to stick it all in one spot.
Yeah, so the first thing I did was, which was really fun, is I came up with a title, and I had people help me with that, and then we made a cover, and then that made it really tangible, like, ooh, I have this cover, and I started to put the pieces together that way. And then it wasn't until towards the end that I had an editor look it over, and that made me feel really good because I wanted to make sure that what I was writing made sense, and it was in a format that was really enjoyable to read. So again, not perfect, but I got the right support and the support I needed to make it work, and really be a reality.
Yeah, what I love that you're saying is years of writing workshops and school and stuff, they always say don't title your book until the end. And what I'm noticing is entrepreneurs, actually, they get this aha about the title and they structure their book around the title, which I think is awesome. I think that as an entrepreneur, it's almost like when you get that flash and you create that idea, the baby is born and they just want to finish it, So yeah. I like it's sort of, the summit has twisted that up on its back and said, no, you can do it this way too.
Yeah, and that's actually a more challenging way for me. When I write articles for Your Tango, they always want me to submit a headline, and I can't do it until I write an article because, I want to make sure that my piece is going to deliver the promise of the headline, but it's more intuitive for me to do it the other way. So when I had to come up with the title got tweaked a little bit along the way, but not much. But it really helped me hone in and focus on what am I writing this book about so I could get it done.
Wow.
Otherwise, I would have kind of gone off another tangent. Like, this could be another book and another book and another book. So it helped me really hone in and stay true to what I was promising in regards to writing that book. But I can see both ways.
You're such an inspiration. I mean, you got that energy. It makes me want to go just jump off right now and go finish my book.
Do it, girl.
But I love this, the energy that you bring, especially, I can only imagine you're fantastic at what you do. I'm sure there's a lot of ladies out there right now. Go find Teena. That's what I want to say. And you have a free gift for our audience. Tell us about it.
I do. I have what I call a quick start guide. It's for smart single women who want to attract their ideal man. And it's titled 3 Ways to Maximize Attracting Your Ideal Man Now. And I believe you'll have a link for that.
Yeah, there'll be a link.
It's quite long. So when you download this guide, you'll also have an opportunity to schedule a complimentary private one-on-one session with me.
Wow.
And in that session, I'll help you get really clear about what's been getting in your way of being successful in love. And I'll give you some recommendations to go from where you are now to where you want to be this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Teena. This is really fun.
Thank you. Yep. It's got to be fun, Dawn. It's all got to be fun.
Got to be fun. And your book sounds awesome. I can't wait to read the whole thing. It's going to be great.
Thank you.
Okay, well, have a great day, and thanks for this short chat while we get other people inspired to write.
All right, take care.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.